The other strategy to consider, and it's a bit of a complex one, but well worth considering, it doesn't have a great deal of impact for an individual or couples, but it does have an impact for the next generation of passing assets to the next generation. And it's about how can I maximise the benefit of my children when I die. And this is about superannuation, and most superannuation funds are made up of employer contributions, so the 9.5% that your employer has been putting in on your behalf. A lot of people also make salary sacrifice contributions, and you might, if you are eligible, like we've just talked about with managing capital gains tax, made personal deductible contributions to your super fund. Now, all these types of contributions are what we call concessional contributions, and they're defined as taxed elements. So on your superannuation statement that Nathan I'm pretty sure it is on the statements, generally they show the taxed and tax-free components. If you look at your statement, it should, I believe, show the taxed elements, which are all these components that you've put in as taxed elements. Now, if you're an individual or a couple and either you both die or as a single person you die and the money passes to non-financial dependents like adult children, the tax payable on that is 17% of the tax component. So most people's funds are made up of these components. If your superannuation money passes to your financial non-dependents, for example adult children, 70% of that is deducted from the death benefit payment. Now, tax-free components, the type of components that we talked about earlier, so say for example you sold a house for $500,000, put $500,000 into super and claim $35,000 as a deduction, $465,000 of that money would be what we call non-concessional contributions. Those types of contributions are tax-free elements inside super, and they pass to financial non-dependents tax-free. So the question is, how do you reduce your taxed components and increase your tax-free components so that you can actually reduce the amount of tax that your beneficiaries pay should it be passed on to your children?